Okay, y'all. So this is part two of how I got laid off from my job and moved to Hawaii. So, all right, if y'all watched part one, in the end, I was saying that I went ahead, went out on a risk and applied to jobs in Hawaii. I got a call back, did the interview, and I got the job, which sounded too good to be true, to be completely honest. So I was like, oh my gosh, okay, but mind you, like I said in the part one, I was without a job from July, and finally, by the time I got this call back, it was like the end of October. So it took months still for me to get a job. So I still wasn't working any of that time. So I got this call back, did the interview, and the guy was like, "Yeah, so all we have to do is you just have to come here because if you're not here right now, you got to come. You got to do your TB test. You got to do all the paperwork." And I'm like, you know what? I looked at my savings and that thing was dwindling down because, mind you, it's been months of me not having a job. So didn't have that much money, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna use last little bit of money that I have left to go ahead and book this flight because I gotta go. I gotta go get this job. So I used the last little bit of my savings, booked the flight to Hawaii, and I got an Airbnb, which was crazy expensive, y'all. The Airbnbs out here are ridiculous. Anyway, so got an Airbnb for about a week, and started doing all my testing and all that. And I thought about it. I was like, you know what? I really was sitting in the Airbnb one day, and I was like, wow, I'm really in Hawaii right now and I just took this job. And I just was thinking, I was like, you know what? I was thanking God and I was like, because I like to say my prayers and things like that. I was just thanking God and I was like, well, you know what, God? I was thinking about it, even though I had traveled all this way, started doing the paperwork, started doing the TV test because it was like a 2 week test. So I had to actually get another week in Hawaii and everything. So I was like, you know what? Do I really want this job? Because the job is going to be high risk. Like with me being a therapist, it was going to be working in a very high risk, like high risk population. So people that are going through a lot, it was going to be in person. I was going to have to drive, and everybody told me that the drive to where I needed to go, it was going to be so much traffic every day. And I just was kind of questioning if I want to do that. And I know that sounds very like, oh, beggars can't be choosers, girl. You haven't had a job for months. But I think that was what it was because I didn't have a job for months. I was like, well, I done made it this far. So let me at least get what I want, right? So I went ahead and changed my mind.